Welcome everyone to this special MCQ series on UGC NET English Literature. This series is designed strictly according to the official UGC syllabus, with high-level, PYQ-based, and concept-trap questions that help you think like a NET examiner. Here, we don't just revise literature, we decode it, challenge it, and master it. First question. Matthew Arnold defined culture as A. Knowledge of arts and sciences, B. Pursuit of perfection, C. Social etiquette, D. Religious devotion. The right answer is option B. Pursuit of perfection. He emphasizes moral and intellectual development. Culture shapes society beyond mere knowledge. Next question. In The Study of Poetry, Arnold suggests poetry should be judged by A. Popularity, B. Criticism alone, C. Its power to move human souls, D. Its moral lesson. The right answer is option C. Its power to move human souls. Poetry has ethical and emotional impact. It refines taste and moral sensibility. Next question. Who is regarded as a pioneer of aesthetic criticism in England? A. Matthew Arnold, B. Walter Pater, C. John Ruskin, D. Thomas Carlyle. The right answer is option B. Walter Pater. He emphasized art for art's sake. Aesthetic experience is central in his criticism. Next question. Pater's The Renaissance emphasizes A. Moral instruction, B. Intense experience and sensation, C. Political ideology, D. Religious conformity. The right answer is option B. Intense experience and sensation. Art must be experienced vividly. It values subjective perception over utilitarian function. Next question. John Ruskin's criticism primarily focuses on A. Classical literature, B. Moral and social function of art, C. Pure aesthetics, D. Poetic diction. The right answer is option B. Moral and social function of art. Ruskin links beauty with ethical responsibility. Art educates and improves society. Next question. Carlyle's Heroes and Hero Worship emphasizes A. Rule of law, B. Great men as agents of history, C. Random chance in events, D. Collective masses. The right answer is option B. Great men as agents of history. He values leadership and moral force. History is shaped by individuals of exceptional power. Next question. Newman's essay, The Idea of a University, stresses A. Vocational training, B. Liberal education for mind and intellect, C. Religious dogma, D. Scientific specialization only. The right answer is option B. Liberal education for mind and intellect. Newman focuses on intellectual development. Education cultivates judgment and reasoning. Next question. Mill on Liberty emphasizes A. Restriction of thought, B. Freedom of expression, C. Conformity to tradition, D. Religious authority. The right answer is option B. Freedom of expression. Individual liberty is vital for progress. He balances freedom with social responsibility. Next question. Arnold criticizes popular taste for being A. Cultured, B. Philistine, C. Intellectual, D. Moral. The right answer is option B. Philistine. Philistinism represents lack of aesthetic sensibility. He urges cultivation through culture. Next question. Pater's idea of art for art's sake opposes A. Moral utilitarianism, B. Religious criticism, C. Political critique, D. Scientific approach. The right answer is option A. Moral utilitarianism. Art should not only teach or preach. It exists primarily to provide intense experience. Next question. Ruskin believed that architecture should reflect A. Style only, B. Truth and honesty of materials, C. Ornamentation alone, D. Innovation without ethics. The right answer is option B. Truth and honesty of materials. Moral integrity in craftsmanship is essential. Beauty and ethics are inseparable. Next question. Carlyle's approach to history is A. Materialistic, B. Idealistic and moral, C. Scientific, D. Marxist. The right answer is option B. Idealistic and moral. History shows moral lessons through great men. Individual character shapes historical events. Next question. Arnold distinguishes between A. Culture and anarchy, B. Poetry and prose, C. Comedy and tragedy, D. Reason and imagination. The right answer is option A. Culture and anarchy. Anarchy represents lack of moral and intellectual guidance. Culture guides society toward perfection. Next question. Ruskin's idea of pathetic fallacy refers to A. Mistaking nature for human emotion, B. Artistic truth, C. Moral allegory, D. Classical form. The right answer is option A. Mistaking nature for human emotion. Emotions are projected onto nature. It reflects romantic influence on Victorian thought. Next question. Arnold sees the ultimate purpose of culture as A. Social reform only, B. Perfection of human mind and society, C. Political stability, D. Scientific progress. The right answer is option B. Perfection of human mind and society. Culture combines moral, intellectual, and aesthetic development. It prevents intellectual anarchy. Next question. Mill's harm principle emphasizes A. Complete freedom without limits, B. Freedom restricted only to prevent harm to others, C. Social conformity, D. Religious authority. The right answer is option B. Freedom restricted only to prevent harm to others. Individual liberty is paramount. Society should interfere minimally. Next question. Pater emphasizes the study of art for A. Utility, B. Pleasure and aesthetic experience, C. Instruction, D. Moral authority. The right answer is option B. Pleasure and aesthetic experience. Art should excite intense sensation. It is appreciated subjectively. Next question. Victorian criticism bridges A. Romantic and modernist thought, B. Medieval and Renaissance, C. Classical and Enlightenment, D. Postmodern and modern. The right answer is option A. Romantic and modernist thought. It inherits romantic emphasis on feeling. It anticipates modern aesthetic theory. Next question. A. Richards is associated with the concept of A. Deconstruction, B. Practical criticism, C. New historicism, D. Structuralism. The right answer is option B. Practical criticism. Richards focused on close reading of poems. Critical evaluation is based on textual analysis. Next question. F.R. Leavis emphasized A. Popular literature, B. Literary seriousness and moral significance, C. Romantic imagination only, D. Structuralist methods. The right answer is option B. Literary seriousness and moral significance. Great literature should elevate human understanding. He evaluated works on ethical and aesthetic merit. Next question. Wimsatt and Beardsley's concept of intentional fallacy argues that A. Author's intention is central to meaning, B. Meaning should be derived from textual evidence, not author's intention, C. Reader's response is irrelevant, D. Historical context dictates interpretation. The right answer is option B. Meaning should be derived from textual evidence, not author's intention. Criticism relies on the text itself. Author's stated purpose is not a definitive guide.